and welcome back to another video. Today, oh wait, first, I hope everyone's having a good day. And yeah, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be making a motel in Oasis Springs next to the, lot where Johnny Zest lives. I don't remember this lot's name and the one next to it, but it's in that neighborhood where Johnny Zest lives right when you load in. And yeah, I'm gonna be making a hotel here, or a motel. The Sandy Hills Motel. It's a 12-bedroom motel with a studio apartment above the office, and it's gonna be in the part of town that I'm designating the seedier part of town. So it's gonna have like a trailer park, and it's gonna have like a dive bar, and it's gonna have a laundromat and a convenience store and a tattoo parlor with like an illegal gambling operation possibly in the basement. And I have a mod. I don't know if anyone else, well, I don't know if you know about it, but a basemental mod, and I'm planning on possibly the dealer or the provider of certain substances will probably be located in the trailer park. I'm thinking, maybe, I don't know, or I might just put them in like a different town. I'm thinking, oh, or it could be Johnny Zest, I don't know, on the side, as because like the stand-up career isn't going too well, so maybe he does a little extra. He has like a little business on the side. But yeah, so this is the motel. It's 12 bedrooms. They basically all look the same. I actually don't end up furnishing like all 12 of them. You only see one, but they basically all look the same. It's like all the same decor and stuff. And 3 of them are double bedrooms. And then there's like a little studio on top of the office that I imagine, because I forgot how businesses and hobbies works. Because I think this is gonna be like a small business lot. You could have like your sim, or like a worker sim, I don't know, or like the sim who runs it, live on the studio, as like a kind of they don't live there full time, but they have the studio in case they spend days without going home, I imagine. And I furnished all of them. Well, okay, I furnished 2 to look like they're being currently used, so they're there's people in it. One is supposed to be a little family, and then the one that I furnished and I kind of show in the video is just occupied by one sim. And I was gonna add a pool. I was thinking of adding a pool now that I'm looking at it, but I don't where would you can't, I thought you could park your cars on the street, but this street's kind of narrow. I was just gonna use tool to, oh my god, I almost choked. I was gonna use tool to park the cars there, but I don't, there's no space. So yeah, I didn't add a pool. But you could always add the pool, take out the parking lot and add a pool, because technically, I mean, we don't really need pools and stuff like that. I mean, we don't really need cars, but yeah, this is supposed to be a rundown motel. I didn't use an inspiration picture for this one. I feel like I've stayed at a motel that looks like this before, at the beach. And I was originally going to make a diner. This video was going to be a diner. Well, it was a diner that would eventually, it turned into a Denny's type situation. But Dine Out is actually glitchy, very glitchy. I don't think I've ever played with Dine Out. I usually never take my Sims to like a restaurant, and so I never played with Dine Out, but I don't know if it's like I don't even know if this is like what truly happened or if I'm just making things up, but like as soon as I start playing with Dine Out and like placing the Dine Out booths in the restaurant, my game like froze. And my game like rarely freezes. Like it would only freeze when I had like 50 gigabytes of CC, and I don't have like that much CC anymore in my game. I haven't been using it recently, and so it like froze. And so now I believe the people who said like Dine Out is broken, because I would always hear people say like Dine Out is broken, but since I had never played with it, I was like, oh, like it can't be like that broken. No, it's like actually really broken, like very broken, because I couldn't believe that just by placing down items from the pack, like not even like gameplay, like items, I just placed down items and my game froze and crashed, and yeah, I couldn't believe it. So I decided to make a motel because I did want to make a non-residential build this time around, because I want to practice more non-residential builds, because I want to do, you know, like a save file, but I don't have like that much experience making non-residential builds. I've only ever been like a residential builder, so yeah, I decided to do a motel, and you can run this as like a small business. I think I've seen like Jessica Pie, kind of like her hostel situation. It was, I think she said like you could have your Sims sleep over, or like sleep, take a shower, and I mean if there's a pool, they could use the pool, but other than that I don't think they can really do anything else on this lot. But yeah, so it's gonna be run as a small business, or you could use like for rent if you have for rent, and rent them out as like rooms. But I don't know, I've heard like having too many for rent lots can like break your game, so beware of that. Which that's why I don't really use for rent, because I got for rent and it was like so glitchy. Like the houses that like I made to rent out, they cost like 4 million simoleons to rent a day, and I was like, this, like what? And they like fixed that, I think, but that like specific lot never went back to what it is, so I don't have anyone living there currently. And what else? Yeah, so this is like, I guess I can talk about the neighborhood maybe. So this is, or the owner. I imagine the owner doesn't live here. Or I don't know. I imagine there's like at most like 2 employees that work here plus the owner, because I was imagining there's only one like housekeeper, and then like maybe someone that works at the front desk, but that might just be the owner. So I was thinking either the owner lives in the studio, or like the owner rents out the studio to the housekeeper and they're like a full-time housekeeper and they live here and they just clean all the time. But they don't really have to clean like a lot, because not a lot of people stay here, because this isn't, you know, your like typical 5-star hotel, and people only stay here when they really have to, like when they're passing through Oasis Springs, and you know, this is the only place in town where they can stay for the night, and then they get back on the road and then they never come here again, is what I'm thinking. But yeah, I think the owner probably lives in, yeah, I don't know if the owner lives in Oasis Springs, or because if the owner uses a studio, then I would imagine they don't live in Oasis Springs and they just come here for like an extended period of time to just check and make sure everything's going good at the motel and like no one's been robbed or like killed here. Or I don't know if I could say that on YouTube, but yeah, that's what I imagine. And then if they do live in Oasis Springs and they rent out the studio to the housekeeper, and they probably live in like a nicer part of Oasis Springs. But yeah, I wish I could have done the motel on the lot where the trailer park is gonna be, but I kind of want the trailer park to be like at minimum like I want the trailer to be like the trailer park to have 4 trailers, and I also want it to have like a community pool, or it's gonna be like an above ground pool type situation. But I also want it to have like a leasing office, because I imagine or it could be like someone's land, so someone has like a house, like a really small house, and they just like made their land into a trailer park. But it'll probably be like a really small leasing office with like you know, like a really lousy trailer park manager who never like, you know, fixes anything ever. And then there's gonna be like a convenience store across the street that has like a laundromat. And I imagine the laundromat owner and the convenience store owner are like the same person. And then I also think I'm gonna do a tattoo parlor that also has like an illegal gambling operation going down in the basement, and that's how they make most of their money, because they're like tattooing isn't very good. It's like not very good. So any Sims in my safe file like are walking around with like really bad tattoos. They got them done at this tattoo parlor. And then the dive bar, which I want the dive bar to also have a backstory. Maybe they like I don't know, I have to think about it. But or maybe not every business has to have like something shady going on. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna make the tattoo parlor have something shady going on, and the bar is just like a regular, you know, a regular rinky dink bar, you know. That, you know, it's like their window gets busted out like every week, and they probably have like a piece of cardboard on it because, you know, the town drunks break it, and, you know, he's tired of replacing it. That type of situation. And yeah, that's basically like the idea for the neighborhood. And then the other like parts of Oasis Springs are gonna be like just like lower, probably like lower middle class homes. Then I think I'm gonna have like a mansion area, or just like a more upscale, like you know, upper middle or not upper middle class, like upper, what's it called, like high upper class, yeah, upper class like house situation going on in like the mansion area, and then like a gated community area. And then the middle class or lower middle class are gonna be like retro style homes, like mid-century modern desert homes, if I can find. I'm thinking like houses that were made in like the 50s, so think like those communities that we used to have in America in like the 50s or like 40s, but now like a lot of those towns are like abandoned, but they're kind of like that suburban 50s type vibe is what I'm gonna try to go for. And then the main part of Oasis Springs is just gonna have like your regular kind of you know, Southwest style like bars and like a town office or something, or like a library, or like a town recreation center, and then maybe a police office, but probably maybe not. I don't know. I want to figure out like something that's actually like playable and usable. That would be fun to use, and not just for like aesthetic purposes, even though this is kind of for aesthetic purposes kind of, but I mean, you can make money from it, I think, maybe. And then I'll probably make like a park and a daycare. We'll have to redo the park. And yeah, that's basically it for Oasis Springs. I'm not gonna do like every build on camera just because I feel like that would take too long. So I'll probably just like show some builds here and there that I did off camera, and yeah, because I also want to start doing gameplay videos. The video after this one is gonna be a gameplay video. It's gonna be like a casual gameplay. I just want to like test out the waters to see if just like if it's something I want to do in the future, or if I should just stick to build videos, because sometimes you know, I might not be good at like gameplay videos and my forte might just be like building stuff. But I want to try and see, and it's gonna be like just like casual little like situational type, like, can we fix this before the end of the video, and if not, then you know, this is the final outcome type video. But yeah, that's basically what I'm planning on. And then maybe I'll do like let's play series. I kind of want to try the not so berry challenge, but I don't really have like, I would have like a save file, a completely done save file, or mostly done save file, so that I can do like a bunch of like let's plays and gameplays, because I kind of want to do them all in the same save file and then have like all these like characters like in the same universe, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I want them to like all have like crossovers, and we can see like certain townies here and there and certain characters like walking around the worlds. Yeah, I want to do it all on one save. Like, I want to do the not so berry, and then like I could also do like rags to riches all in one save, and then I know there's like a new soul food legacy challenge, and just like a whole bunch of other different challenges. I want to all do it on the same save, so we can just play with a bunch of different reoccurring like characters and stuff, and then also do like rotational gameplay. But anyways, so now we're on to the decorating. You guys saw me like do a bunch of stuff on the outside, and I just added like some extra stuff here and there, just like more like wall decals to make it look a little bit dirtier, because I do imagine this motel was probably made in like the 60s or like the 70s, so it's been a while since it was updated. Maybe the last time it was updated was like in the 80s, so that's why if you like can kind of see the rooms here and there, they're like very golden. I imagine the like light fixtures have like a layer of nicotine on them, so that's why they're like really yellow. Because if you guys have ever been in places where there have been a lot of smokers, a lot of people that smoke inside, there's like a layer of like yellow everywhere, and it takes a lot of scrubbing to get off, and it makes everything just yellow, and the light fixed like everything looks golden. So yeah, I did that because I imagine the rooms, you know, people used to like smoke inside back in the day, and they really haven't like changed much, so you know, there's like a faint I guess like a faint reminder of, you know, how prevalent smoking used to be. But yeah, this is the office, and I didn't really decorate it that much because it is just like a check-in office. Like, you don't spend that much time in here. You just come in here to like pay for your room, get your key. And I did put like a coffee area, but imagine people probably don't use it. They don't really want to stay here for that long. So this is more so for like the employee that's working the front desk, or you know, the housekeeper, to like recharge and come take a break and get some coffee. And then I added that little businesses and hobbies kiosk, I think it's called. Yeah, kiosk. So that's where like your Sims are going to, I guess, like check in by their room. And yeah, I just put this front desk in with this computer, which is just for like, this is basically like, you know, the front office is also the owner's like office as well, so that's where he does all his like paperwork and making sure like all the accounts are going well and stuff like that. And then I just put these cupboards back in because I did see that there are like things to make like key rack, but I got kind of lazy because I was just like, I was trying to remember where I saw a key rack being done and like what items they were, but I was like, it's gonna take me too long to look for like the items in the debug menu, so I decided to just like pretend this is, you know, the keys are in the cupboards. And yeah, I just made like this kind of just storage cupboard thing situation in the back. And that's where they hide like all the like cleaning supplies and just like sheets and stuff, or just stuff they just don't have room anywhere else in, because this motel isn't really big. Most of it is just all the rooms. And so I added these washing machines, so the housekeeper can wash the sheets, you know, when she gets around to it. I imagine she doesn't really do that much washing since not a lot of people stay here, and she probably goes like they probably go like days without like having more than one room occupied. But you could also make this like an extended stay hotel or motel, so like you could again use for rent to like make the, you know, rent out the rooms, instead of having like using the businesses and hobbies thing where they only like come and sleep and shower. And yeah, this is just like the bathroom for the office, and then like a little storage area for like sheets and stuff and towels, you know, once they've been washed. And then I put this other storage just shelf, a bunch of like random stuff like gas, and just containers with extra supplies. And so this is the studio. It's really small. Like I said, it's only meant for like one person. It's basically just meant for like sleeping and eating, and that's it. I just put like a bed in here because, you know, obviously the bedroom doesn't even have a door. It's just a studio. I just put like a bed, and then like a dining table with like one chair, and then a couch and a really small kitchen. But the bathroom has a bathtub, so that's a plus. And yeah, I just like barely furnished it. I ended up putting like posters and stuff, so actually now that I'm thinking about it, this probably is for the housekeeper, or I'm gonna make it for the housekeeper. And so I don't know how I'm gonna go about doing that, but you guys can make it for like the owner and stuff. Because now that I'm thinking about it, like I don't know how I can make this for an employee. Or maybe this would, yeah, I don't know. I have to think about it. Or maybe the housekeeper is like a family member, like the owner's sister is the housekeeper. Because that would be easier to have like a family member like living here while the other family member like owns it. I think that's what I'll probably do. But yeah, I just made like a really small kitchen, and then I kind of struggled figuring out how to add like a really little, how to add a little living room, because I wanted like a TV, at least to have like a really small TV. And I moved around a bit, but I ended up just like the original kind of orientation that you saw is the one that I ended up going with. And yeah, I didn't really decorate it like I didn't do like a lot of cluttering. I'm like stumbling over my words today. But yeah, I didn't do a lot of cluttering because I imagine the housekeeper probably just moved in, and also this is like a really small place, so they don't have that much space to work with to be cluttering it up. And the owner probably was like, don't put holes in my walls because the walls are already really fragile, like, you know, all that stuff. And I also put like that dining table with just one chair because there really wasn't space to put another one, and I imagine they don't have that much people in, or like coming over. And I tried to use like really unconventional colors for the carpets in this build. So I never use like this like teal color, because, you know, I never really have a build where I use that. I usually just use like gray, like the light brown, the light yellow, or the green. But yeah, I wanted to try like a funky carpet color, so I did that, and I think it worked with this build just because this build is supposed to look very like outdated. And I'm trying to think of what else I did. Oh, I put like art posters and stuff and like music stuff because I imagine the housekeeper is probably like on the younger side and they probably wanted to be like an artist, but they didn't. So now, you know, they're just like working as a housekeeper in a small town motel. But who knows, maybe their dreams might come true. This could be like not necessarily a rags to riches, but maybe like a road to fame type thing. Like they start out as like a motel housekeeper and then they like become like a big name in like the art world or the acting world, something like that. But yeah, so I'm just like quickly decorating the kitchen with like a couple things just to make it look like someone lives here. And then I just like decorate the room. I don't do much to the room. I just end up like putting in, I think like, well, this dresser that's already in there, this chair, and then like that kind of like wardrobe with a mirror, and then just like a couple stuff or a couple like items on the dresser to make it look lived in a little bit. And then that's about it. I really like this bed from Lovestruck, which I found out recently, or I found out that it was like the pre-order stuff, which I don't think I pre-ordered Lovestruck, but I think like they've been doing like if you order it before a specific date, even though it's not the date that it came out, like if you order it like by a certain date, even though it's already out, if you catch what I'm saying, you get like pre-order items even though you technically didn't pre-order it. Because I don't remember ordering Lovestruck or pre-ordering Lovestruck, but yeah, I like that bed and it's really nice. But if you don't have it, this is like I'm trying to get around to what I'm trying to say. If you don't have Lovestruck, or is it called Lovestruck? I forgot. If you don't have like that Lovestruck EP, the one about love and stuff in Ciudad Enamorada, you can get the Sleepers set by oops, I forgot who it's by. I forgot who it's by, but it's called the Sleeper set. I'll put it in. I highly recommend. I'm blanking on the name, but I highly recommend that set, and it's based off of the Lovestruck bed. But you don't need to have Lovestruck to get the bed, but it's like a really, really nice set, and it comes with like so many comforter swatches. I really recommend, just because there's like so many variety. There's like 4 different types of like swatches, and then it comes with like another comforter style, and then it comes with like the like bed detached or like disassembled, so like you have like the mattress and the irons. Like it's such a cool CC set. So if you can download that and you like the Lovestruck bed but you like don't have it, you could probably download that maybe. But I'm sure there's probably someone who has like uploaded the pre-order items maybe. I don't know if like that's allowed, but I'm sure someone has done that. I feel like my jaw cracked. But yeah, so now I'm onto the room. This is the last thing I'm decorating. I already decorated all the other 11 rooms. They're basically like the exact same. And yeah, as you can see, I'm adding like that golden kind of smoker's tint to the like light fixture that they haven't changed, because I imagine like the table lamps are probably newer, but like the light fixture is the one that they haven't changed. But yeah, that was basically it. And I'm kind of like the video already ended, I didn't even notice. And yeah, these are the screenshots. Video already ended. See you next video, and goodbye.